Since nobody has mentioned this that I know of, and I know there's no video out there about this, I thought I'd mention it. I got to test, the Fuji rep was in town, I got to test the 80mm macro, and my copy will be here sometime next week, really. I'll get into that next week. Is that the 80mm works in conjunction with the 1.4 Fujifilm teleconverter. And on the back of that is the MCEX11. You see those CPU contacts right there? Thin little extension tube. Except it is a CPU transfer contact, not only for power for autofocus, but for communicating with the camera. So on the back of the 80mm, I don't have the teleconverter in my hand, the back of the 80mm macro, we apply the 1.4 teleconverter, not the 2 times, okay, there's too much. It becomes a point of absurdity. You end up with a 118mm lens, I think I'm right, 118, someone's going to correct me. And on the back of that, you stick the MCEX11, and then what you have is a 134mm full autofocus, full image stabilization macro lens. So you go from 80 to 119 with the 1.4 Fujifilm teleconverter and the extension tube, which is CPU contact, for 134mm of autofocus and image stabilization macro. Stick that in your bonnet. Or as they say, what would be the appropriate analogy? If he's a southern one, that's the point at which you go, we're riding the gravy train on biscuit wheels. Can't wait to test that out with my, well, not test it out, actually use that. Test it out, it's incorrect. Tested that today. Incorrect statement. Tested that today. So, there you go. No one else is talking about this. So your 80mm Fujifilm macro is potentially 134mm with full autofocus and OIS. Bye.